Fair use finds its origins in the provisions of the Berne Convention for the Protection of Literary and Artistic Works of September 9, 1886. Pursuant to Article 10 regarding certain free uses of literary and artistic works, brief quotations and illustrations for teaching are an exception to copyright protection. This exception is commonly referred to as fair use. Accordingly, it is permissible to make short quotations of a work that is lawfully made available to the public, as long as it is done in the context of and limited to fair practice. This includes publishing quotations from newspaper articles and periodicals in the form of press summaries. Countries of the Berne Convention can, to the extent justified by the above purpose, permit the utilization of literary or artistic works by way of illustration in publications, broadcasts, or audio or visual recordings for teaching purposes, provided such utilization is compatible with fair practice. One more condition: mention shall be made of the source, and of the name of the author if it appears thereon. So how was this adopted in local legislations? This time we will take the Saudi copyright law as an example. Article 15 of the Saudi law lists the following as exceptions to copyright protection and considers that the following uses of the copyrighted work, in its original language or in translation, are lawful without obtaining the permission of the copyright owner. Copying the work for personal use with the exception of computer programs, audio and audiovisual works. Quoting passages of a copyrighted work in another work and in line with the prevailing practices, to the extent necessary and provided that source and author's name shall be cited. Using a copyrighted work for clarification for educational purposes, to the extent required, or to create a copy or two copies for public libraries and archiving centers, provided that it's conducted for non-commercial purpose, on as needed basis, does not compromise the author's financial rights, and that the work is out of stock, no more being published, or that all of its copies have been destroyed. Citing or copying articles published in newspapers or periodicals or current events and broadcast of similar nature provided source is mentioned and author is cited. Copying any broadcast of work that can be viewed or listened to in a presentation covering current events by means of still or moving pictures, always limited to the intended purpose, reference to source and author being cited. Copying public speeches, lectures, judicial proceedings or any other similar works made in public, if copied by media, always citing the author who shall have the right to publish the work in the manner deemed suitable by author. Production of temporary recordings by broadcasting organizations and through their own means, without prejudice to author's rights, of any licensed copyrighted work, provided that these copies are destroyed after 1 year or in a period agreed by author, unless the work was archived for its unique documentary value. Music playing, acting, performing or showing any work, after its publication, by government troops or public corporate entities or school theatre, provided no direct or indirect financial gain is achieved. Copying short quotations from published works, drawings, pictures, designs or maps in school books made for educational curricula or in books of history, literature and art, only as needed and provided source is mentioned and author is cited. Taking new photographs of any previously photographed object or work and publishing these pictures, even if the new pictures have been taken from the same point and under the same circumstances. Citing parts of scientific articles and works by research institutions for their internal use or to fulfill the requirements of those who are conducting studies and research, citing the source. Making one reserve copy of computer programs for the persons possessing the original copy for the purpose of protecting the original, while keeping the original with the user, to show upon request.